Hello and welcome to Blogs and Wikis for Teachers. In this online course, you will learn about the basics of blogs and wikis, as well as how to make the distinction between Web 1.0 and Web 2.0. You may be thinking to yourself, why another tutorial on blogs and wikis? Or, what makes this one so much better than the others? Let me explain. There are hundreds and probably thousands of tutorials and blog posts and books and ebooks that exist that will give you the ins and outs, the tour of the platforms, and the tips, tricks, and techniques for how to use both blogs and wikis. While these are incredible resources, and I honestly have many of them bookmarked on my Delicious account and have physical books sitting on my shelves, 99% of them focus more on the technique or on the how and not on the why and for what. The conversation about integrating blogs and wikis into the classroom while considering good principles of good web design and effective pedagogy is long overdue, and this course aims to help bridge this gap. I'm going to present the overall goals and objectives for this course in just a moment, but first I want to quickly introduce myself. Hi, my name is Matthew, and I'm a graduate student at NC State University in Instructional Technology. Other than studying this stuff all day long, the reason why I wanted to develop and record this course is because this was a part of the professional development workshops that I used to offer that we weren't ever really able to get into. Before coming back to State, I did my undergraduate, my bachelor's degree at State. I worked as a middle school teacher at Carolina Friends Middle School in Durham, North Carolina, and I used to offer regular technology workshops on this stuff. We would normally get to spend about half of our time learning the basics and the other half of the time playing. I'm a really big believer in playing and the power of playing when learning new technologies. But we never got to get down into the really interesting stuff, why to use these tools and how to do so effectively. Everyone can learn the step-by-step procedures for creating and editing a blog or a wiki, but using them well, that takes a little extra effort. So, with that being said, and now that you know who's talking to you, let's get on with it. The primary overarching goals for this course are to, number one, get you familiar with Web 2.0 and what this movement has meant for web-based technologies. Number two, learn the basics of blogs and wikis. And number three, identify and reflect on the concepts of good pedagogy and good web design, and ultimately how to merge all three of these together to inform your practice and to empower you and your students in the classroom. Now we need to talk really quickly about the structure of what this will look like and feel like. This course is broken down into essentially 3 core units. Right now you are inside the introduction unit, kind of like a pre-unit. But the first real unit is the Internet versus Web 2.0. The second unit is on blogs, and the third unit is on wikis. Prior to each unit, you're going to be provided with a bulleted list that's going to show you what's to come in that particular unit. You shouldn't feel locked into any particular order, and you should most certainly not feel like you have to view every single video or every single page or lesson. You're also going to find a pre-test at the beginning of every unit at the very top or near to the top, and this should help you evaluate what you will need to focus on in the unit. And also at the end of the unit, as you might guess, you also have the opportunity to take a post-test to check your knowledge of what was covered in that particular unit. These pre- and post-tests are meant to be informative rather than hard-line evaluative. Finally, there are a number of interactive components within the units, and I strongly urge you to work through them if they are of particular interest to you. Know that this is an open course. There will be many people working alongside you. So join in, share, and comment or help as you go along, and there will be ways and explanations of how to do that within each unit. A note that needs to be quickly said is that Before beginning the 3 units, you're going to need to have some basic entry skills, and you'll see the 5 of them listed right here. Basically, it's making sure that you're able to use the internet and browse the internet and get, since all of these technologies, blogs and wikis, are web-based, that you're comfortable moving in and around an internet browser and on the internet. If you're not, then take a look at the links that are listed below, and they will provide you with additional information that will get you ready and on your way. I'm going to start by having you reflect on a couple of questions. What are prior experiences you have had with HTML and web development? How would you define Web 2.0? What are some examples of how you've seen or heard or what you've heard about blogs or wikis being used in an educational setting? You're going to see below a link to a Google Doc, a Google form that you can use to jot down your ideas, and you can also go back and read over them and read what some others have said about or how some others have answered those questions. After you've done that, then you can go ahead and click on and move to the next unit. So what's next? You are right now in the introduction, and then you will move on to Unit 1, the Internet versus Web 2.0, but before you do that, make sure to go and answer those reflective questions. And if you need to address some entry skills, go ahead and click on those links and look for more information below this video. On to Unit 1.